Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Welcome, dear devotees, to our class on the Bhagavad Gita. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here. And I'm just going to go to Facebook and set certain things up over here. So just please bear with me. It's a daily morning exercise that I do. And we should be done in a few minutes. Okay, here. So my Dandavat Pranams to Dilip Bhai Patel Prabhu and to Amrin Das Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. So happy to have you on this call, and as well as joining us on Zoom here as Priyanka Mataji, as I see them on my screen in that order. Priyanka Mataji, Sudapa Mataji, Sashi Shekhar Prabhu, Ishwari Radha Mataji, Varshana Mataji, and Khyati Mataji. And I see Suyash Prabhu pop up here.
Yes,
Awesome. How are you all feeling today? And Sashi Shekhar and Victoria. Awesome. Very good. Okay. So since Suyash Prabhu has joined us, I'm pretty sure he is very eagerly and very quickly creating the reading order. Or when do you want to do that? Please let me know.
Yeah, I've started, Mataji.
You started that? Okay, because I can't and don't see the screen. Okay, so we will get started here today with the Vigyapti Panchaka prayers. And let me bring up the prayers here for you, share those with you here as soon as the preview comes up for me. Do you have them open by any chance? So yes,
Mataji.
you have them, then why don't you share them? That might
Can you enable screen sharing?
yeah.
I can do it if you want.
No. Either one of them, I have to enable screen sharing for Suraj to be able to do that. So
that can someone please share a screen today? That's what he's asking.
Yeah, Bhagavad Gita you can share, Prabhu. I'll just start with Vigyapti Panchaka.
Okay.
Whoever is sharing the screen has to stay till the end. Don't drop the ball in the middle, right? So if you can't stay, then that's okay. It's not bad. Whatever time that you're coming to the class, but I'm saying that that let us know.
I can stay until 7:30.
All right.
Is class going to go beyond that?
How about this? How about this? I don't know. It depends on you what you guys do to me. By way of your questions. So anyway, yeah. So I will share the Bhagavad Gita. Suyash can share the Vigyapti Panchaka, right? Because I have to stay till the end of the class. So let's get going. If you can show me your screen, Suyash Prabhu, then we can get
visible, Mataji, now?
Is it visible to others? Not yet. I'm seeing your desktop. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Om Ajnanatimarandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Matsamo Nasti Papatma Na paradhi cha kaschana parihare pilajjame kim bhruve purushottama yuvatinam yatha yuni yunam cha yuvato yatha manobhiramte tatvan mano me ramatam tvayi bhumau skalatapadanam bhumerevavalambanam त्वयि जातापराधानां त्वमेवा शरणं प्रभु गोविन्दा वल्लभे राधे प्रार्थये त्वामहं सदा त्वदीयम् इति जानातु. Suresh Prabhu, you might want to scroll it for others to be able to see the prayers, because I see something different here on the screen. Is it just me or how is it?
Now it scroll down.
Govinda mam tvaya saha Radhe Vrindavanadhishe Karunamrituvahini Kripaya Nijupadabja Dasyam Mahyam Pradiyatam. Okay, so give us the reading order and let's get going with the translations. And while you're doing that, I'd like to welcome Ronak Prabhu, Ananta Swarup Devi Dasi Mataji, Vinu Koli Mataji, and Sanjay Panchal Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
So reading order is Priyanka Mataji, Charu Mataji, Garima Mataji, Ishwari Radhika Mataji, Khyati Mataji, Niral Prabhu, Shashika Prabhu, Victoria Mataji, Sutapa Mataji, Varshana Mataji, Suyash, Shraddha Mataji. Did I miss anyone? No.
Okay. All right.
I just won't hear you in the end.
Okay, Mataji. So you are after Sutapa Mataji.
Hey, Mataji. Okay, Prabhu.
Okay, so coming up here is a question for you. Please pick up your pads and answer this question. Okay, one person is feeling transcendental. Two are transcendental. One is ecstatic. One is feeling very good. Okay, three are feeling very good. Two are feeling ecstatic, and three are feeling transcendental. 3 and 3, 6 and 2, 8. We have 11 on the call. That's what the dashboard is showing me. 3, 3, 6 and 2, 8. Pick up your fingers and answer the poll. I need to make sure everybody's awake. Okay. Going 1, going 2, and then going 3 here. And I'm going to share the screens here with you. So that's how we are. That's very good. So 3 people transcendental. I'm going to be touched by you, and hopefully I'll become transcendental. And then, of course, we have 2 who are ecstatic and 3 who are very good, who can benefit again from those who are in the transcendental mood. This is an assembly of the devotees, right? Okay, let's get going now in the Vigyapti Panchika, and let's see the mood of a devotee. And you have to unmute yourself to speak.
Oh yeah. O Purushottama, no sinner or offender is as bad as I am. How can I describe my shame? Just as the minds of young ladies take pleasure in a young man, and the minds of young men take pleasure in a young woman, kindly let my mind take pleasure in you alone.
Hare Krishna, just as ground is the only support for those whose feet have slipped, you alone are the only shelter of those who have offended you.
O Srimati Radharani, beloved of Lord Govinda, this is my request. May you and Lord Govinda consider me one of your assistants.
Awesome. Yeah, go ahead.
O Srimati Radharani, O Queen of Vrindavan, you are a river flowing with the nectar of mercy. Please be kind to me and give me a little service.
Where? Little service where?
Unto your lotus feet.
Yeah, at your lotus feet. Okay, good. Reflection time.
Tvameva Sharanam Prabhu.
Tameva Sharanam Prabhu. Okay, good.
Okay. Yes,
Let me
Mataji,
take
I go further.
you.
Tvameva Sharanam Prabhu.
Okay, two going for Tvameva Sharanam Prabhu. And those who are watching us on Facebook can also share your moments and your reflections here. Welcome Mukesh Oja Prabhu, Raji Bansal Prabhu, Preeti Radhika Mataji, and Vidya Vadhu and Neha Mataji is there. Welcome, please share your reflections on there, on Facebook as well.
Sorry.
May you, go ahead, sorry.
May you and Lord Govinda give me shelter at your lotus feet.
Wow, okay.
Let me take pleasure in only in you.
Yes, yes. That's a good way, right?
Mataji, you are the only support when I fall down on, when I fall down on the earth, you only give me the support. So
Yeah.
Lord, you are my support all the time.
Okay. Arjuna is saying Hari Bol. Okay. Hari Bol,
Oh, Shri
Arjuna. Good.
Haribol.
Haribol.
Okay. And then Sutapa Mataji, what were you saying?
Dashamayam Pradiyatam.
Dasya Mahyam Pradiyatam. All right, good. That's it. She got her job. She got a job in these days. Okay, good.
Oh, Srimati Radharani, you are beloved of Lord Govinda.
You are the beloved of Lord Govinda. What does it mean to be somebody's beloved? Huh?
Yeah. That is extended.
Krishna's beloved. Oh, wow. Yeah. You know how even kids can figure it out when they are their parents' beloved, right? They go about with a little air. Yeah. Yeah.
This is being transcendental and ecstatic love.
Yeah.
You
All right.
alone are the only shelter. For those who
You are the only shelter, right? Yeah, shelter in place. Where do I go? Go to Krishna, which is what we did. We started this this sabha in bang in the middle of the coronavirus, and I was just counting in the morning today that I think we started 25th of March, and then 25th of April and 25th of May. And I was honestly, I was not 100% convinced when Vaisheshika Prabhu once said that this could be a Chaturya Mas like existence for you. And I thought, I don't think the corona will be that bad that it'll go beyond 4 months. Now we don't know. And this is material world that that there is a saying in Hindi which says that ek to karela kadua, upar se neem chadha. That, you know, as such, the bitter gourd is bitter, and then you put some neem leaves on top of it. So, like, as such, it was bad that we had the corona thing, and then we have these curfews on top of that happening on top of that, and to make us to make life more difficult, I had one of those rare power outages yesterday. You know, in Foster City, power was gone, and I had to cancel my meetings in the night because I can't see. And one thing that came to mind also was that, you know, whatever are your spiritual resources, we should never let them replete. We should constantly be filling up our bag of spiritual resources. And what I'm trying to say here and draw the parallels is that yesterday I had my Bhagavad Gita class, and in that class I was you know, I have Facebook here, and Bhagavad Gita classes on Tuesdays are a little bit more difficult for me to manage because there's an audio conference also that is going on in parallel to whatever is happening right now. So I have got different devices here. So one of the device was a little, you know, I always keep my cell phone connected to the power supply. Always keep connected to the power supply so that there's no chance it'll ever go down. And so yesterday I pulled the power supply away because I wanted to move the cell phone a little bit closer, because when I'm looking here, then I am, you know, not connecting with you like that. So, so I'm not connecting like that. So I took away the power supply from there. And then guess what? You know, after the call went on for a very long time, and then I got into doing this and that. And when the power went away, I was like, okay, of all the days, one day I pull away the plug and don't charge my cell phone. That is the day the power goes away. And this is the material world. This is our situation in this material world. And I was just thinking, wow, what if you pull the transcendental plug from which you're constantly getting transcendental information? Things get repleted. It's the nature of the material world. Things will get repleted. You have to constantly be always on the vigil, always be vigilant. Am I connected? Is my connection there? Is my connection there? Like that. Yeah.
Is the power back, Mataji?
Yeah, the power came back. Actually, they announced and they said that power will come back at about 12 midnight, and the time was about 9. And I was like, what do I do now? I can't read anything because it's dark, and I can't. What can I do? I wanted to preserve my laptop power also. What if the power doesn't come? At least I'll be able to do something. And in the morning for the class, and then of course, internet went down. So everything was completely down. And I was at a loss. And that's when, you know, whatever prayers I had memorized, those were the prayers that I could do. So we also have got to remember that these eyes that we have got with us, someday they might stop to see. And so whatever is committed to the memory, then we have to rely on that, right? Or listen and hear. But then yesterday I could not even hear because I was trying to save my cell phone, like that, right? So it's a I know Raja Prabhu doesn't like that, but it is a messy place. This material world is a messy place. I mean, we are transcendental, we are nice, we are good. We are a diamond that has been thrown in a heap of rubbish, like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, keep that thing in our mind. Keep that thing in your mind always. Yeah, like that. And yeah, so I haven't yet received any reflections from Facebooks, and that's fine. We will get going now with the next step, and that is to do the Gita. Did anybody want to share any thoughts on the Vigyapti Panchika and I missed them? Then please speak up now.
Oh, Purushottam.
Oh, Purushottam. All right, very good. Purush Uttam, the best of the best. Okay. Am I sharing my Bhagavad Gita screen with you all?
Not yet.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
You are? Okay. So we're going to contents of chapter 2 summarize. In the next 3 seconds, can the other person start reading? Whoever it is.
I think it's me, Mataji. Is
All
that
right.
right, Suresh Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, it's your turn.
Contents of the Gita summarized. Sanjaya said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, Krishna, spoke the following words. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. They lead not to higher planets, but to infamy.
Text 3. O son of Pratha, do not yield to this degrading importance. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of the enemy. Text 4. Arjuna said, O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I counter-attack with arrows in battle? Men like Bhishma and Drona, who are worthy of my worship. Hare Krishna.
Text 5. It should be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of great soul who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood. Nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. If we kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, we should not care to live. Yet they are now standing before us on the battlefield.
Text 7. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrender unto you. Please instruct me. I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like the demigods in hell.
Sanjay said, oh, who goes next after you?
Shashishika Prabhu Mataji, then
Okay,
me.
sorry, go ahead. Yeah, I can't see the chat here. Go ahead.
Said, having spoken thus, Arjuna, chastiser of the enemies, told Krishna, Govinda, I shall not fight, and fell silent. O descendant of Bharata, at that time Krishna, smiling in the midst of both the armies, spoke the following words to the grief-stricken Arjuna.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for living nor for the dead. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be.
As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress, and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, ocean of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed.
Oh,
Okay.
best among.
So Suyash Prabhu, I don't see the revised order, reading order there. So let me know whenever I'm supposed to read.
Yeah, Mataji, you are after me.
Okay.
O best among men, Arjuna, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. Those who are seers of the truth have concluded that of the non existent, the material body, there is no endurance, and of the eternal, the soul, there is no change. This they have concluded by studying the nature of both.
That which pervades the entire body, you should know to be indestructible. No one is able to destroy that imperishable soul. The material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, and eternal living entity is sure to come to an end. Therefore, fight, O descendant of Bharata.
Neither he Neither he who thinks the living entity the slayer, nor he who thinks it slain is in knowledge, for the self slays nor is slain. For the soul there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain.
Hare Krishna, text 21. O Partha, how can a person who knows the soul is indestructible, eternal, unborn, and immutable kill anyone or cause anyone to kill? As a person puts on new garments, giving up the old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. Hare Krishna.
The soul can never be cut to pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by wind. The individual soul is unbreakable and insoluble, and can be neither burned nor dried. He is everlasting, present everywhere, unchangeable, immovable, and eternal.
It is said that the soul is invisible, inconceivable, and immutable. Knowing this, you should not grieve for the body. If, however, you think that the soul or the symptoms of life will always be born and die forever, you still have no reason to lament, O mighty armed.
One, one who has taken his birth is sure to die, and after death one is sure to take birth again. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament. All created beings are unmanifest in their beginning, manifest in their interim state, and unmanifest again when annihilated. So what need is there for lamentation?
Text 29. Some look on the soul as amazing, some describe him as amazing, and some hear of him as amazing, while others, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all. Text 30. O descendant of Bharata, he who dwells in the body can never be slain. Therefore, you need not grieve for any living being.
Text 31. Considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles, and so there is no need for hesitation. O Partha, happy are the Kshatriyas to whom such fighting opportunities come unsought, opening for them the doors of the heavenly planets.
If, however, you do not perform your religious duty of fighting, then you will certainly incur sins for neglecting your duties and thus lose your reputation as a fighter. People will always speak of your infamy, and for a respectable person, dishonor is worse than death.
The great generals who have esteemed your name and will think that you have left the battlefield out of fear only, and thus they will consider you insignificant. Your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you?
O son of Kunti, either you will be killed on the battlefield and and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up with determination and fight. Do thou fight for the sake of fighting, without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by so doing you shall never incur sin. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. All right. So congratulations, everybody, for reading the Chad part of the Bhagavad Gita today. Chapter a day of Bhagavad Gita. We do half chapters, but the chapters are big. What's the verse for today?
5 Mataji, 2.5.
Very good. Okay. So you're paying attention. That's good. Whose turn is it to read?
Myself, Mataji.
There you go.
Gurun hatva hi mahanubhavan shreyo bhoktum bhaikshamapih loke hatvartha kamam stu gurun ihaiva bhunjiya bhogan rudhira pradighan.
Pradighan. Yeah. I just wanted to point out that in the Hindi version, you know, this looks like a half J, right? This one. It should be the one from the Vyanjan that you get, right?
Bhunjiya.
Yeah. It should be the other character there. But anyway, yeah. Prabhupada's purports transliteration is telling you which particular letter I'm talking about, right? This letter, half of this should have been here. Bhunjiya.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah. Okay. Synonyms.
Yes, Mataji.
Gurun, the superiors. Ahatva, not killing. He, certainly. Maha Anubhavan, great souls. Shreyaha, it is better. Bhuktum, to enjoy life. Bhakshyam, by begging. Api, even. Iha, in this life. Loke, in this world. Hatva, killing. Artha, gain. Kaman, desiring. Tu, but. Gurun, superiors. Iha, in this world. Eva, certainly. Bhunjiya, one has to enjoy. Bhogan, enjoyable things. Rudira, blood. Pradigdhan, tainted with. So I just wanted you to all to focus on this word, gurun, right? So gurun is the plural form of guru, right? So guru is your spiritual master or your teacher. And when it becomes gurun, then it is superior. There's many gurus that we're talking about. And you'll notice as you pursue the Vedic literature that it makes a difference whether what is written there. Is it guru or gurun, like that, right? Some of our decisions will be based on that, those words. Okay. Who goes for translation now?
Priyanka Mataji.
Okay.
It would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of great souls who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gains, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood.
Hare Krishna, purport. According to scriptural codes, a teacher who engages in abominable action and has lost his senses of discrimination is fit to be abandoned. Bhishma and Drona were obligated to take the side of Duryodhana because of his financial assistance, although they should not have accepted such position simply on a financial consideration. Under the circumstances, they have lost the respectability of teachers, but Arjuna thinks that nevertheless, they may remain his superiors, and therefore to enjoy material profits after killing them would mean to enjoy spoils tainted with blood.
Look at that. What a way to start the morning, tainted with blood. Okay, so I want to do a quick check here. It is 6:59, and so we should stop in another half an hour, the class. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
All right. So this is reflection time, and come with the reflections. Try to keep short. If there is only 30 minutes that you have to speak, then this will be this meeting that we have will also help us exercise and know how to speak precisely and effectively. And
I
Mataji,
really like
can I
this word.
ask a question?
one at a time.
Sorry, Prabhuji, please go. Go ahead,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
okay, Mataji. Sorry. I was saying like I really like this purport where it is in the purport how it's said that what is the fault of Bhishma and Drona, and what side one should be at. Like there are good fishes in bad pond and there is bad fishes in good pond. But there were people in Pandava's army as well who were not as uh, chaste and moral as Drona and Bhishma. Just individually without their affiliations to Duryodhan. But even that makes them glorious when they are fighting from the side of Pandavas, even more glorious than someone who is so strong, right? And also it reminds me of the squirrel which helped Ram build the
Bridge.
the bridge to Lanka. And so many parallels can be seen. Like if you just have to be on the right side, doesn't matter what your competencies are. You can do whatever little you can, but for you can neglect the good for greater good.
Mm. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Any other reflections? Any other thoughts?
Yes, Mataji,
Mataji.
I like that point. Like, if if anyone do the abominable act, we we should not leave them. But it is telling here that we should abandon that person. It's some kind of conflict, Mataji. So then, what should we do? Means as we know that they are devotee, we should not behave we should behave properly with them. So it's a kind of two things.
Yeah, it's kind of a confusing situation, right? However, when as we are reading this verse, right, we are going verse by verse in Bhagavad Gita. Here in this verse, there's no talk of leaving them, right? As far as the verse goes, right? The translation, Arjuna is saying it will be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of great souls who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood, period. Right? There was no question of I should do or I should not do, right? And then in the purport, Prabhupada is just saying that, if a teacher is engaging in bad things like Bhishma and Drona are doing just because of money, they have lost the respectability of the teachers. And then here saying, but Arjuna thinks that nevertheless, they remain his superiors, and therefore to enjoy material profits after killing them would mean to enjoy spoils tainted with blood, right? As far as this verse and purport goes, nowhere are we telling that you should not do this. Neither Prabhupada is saying and nor this is saying, because what happens is they're kind of slowly building the plot for this whole Bhagavad Gita, and slowly they are going to reveal. So it always goes back to the question on your confusion was that isn't this the proper thing to do, right? So Tapa Mataji, that
Yes, Mataji.
they are doing this and this is the proper. So now what Bhagavad Gita is doing is actually it is changing our conception of what is proper. Because our conception of proper is to do with the body. Majority of the time, our concept of good and bad has got to do with the body. And so when it comes to this body, then you should not do any of that, right? Yeah, he's here. They are guru, they are teachers. But then Krishna then gives him a higher perspective, which we read, right? He's talking about that there's a soul, and the soul is not going to die. And he's also telling him that never was there a time when you did not exist, I did not exist, they will also live, you will also live. But what actually lives is the soul, right? And to understand, and that is the difficult thing. Easier said than done. Easier said than done, right?
Also, Mataji, like the word gains more, like it is more wrong if the people who knows the dharma keep silent, right, and go on the wrong path. So they have to be proven wrong. And that is why Prabhupada is also saying that for the respectable person who is guru, if they engage in abominable act, then we should abandon them. But some person who doesn't know the value of life. If they do something wrong, we should be towards them, and and like what Bhagavad Gita says, right? Engage them in Krishna consciousness in all sort of way. That is what I think. So after understanding the value of life, if we do something wrong, just out of, in this case, financial favors, then Krishna will punish them. So
Yeah, when you look at that and we look at it, that's what it is, right? That sometimes people are in a more responsible position and your responsibility is different. And that is why we have Brahmana, Vaishya, Shudras. And there was this very nice story about, the test that Duryodhana and Yudhishthira had to undergo. It was more like a question and answer session where it was asked that here is a situation, Duryodhana and Yudhishthira, and you're going to be the king. You're going to choose who should become the king, and tell us what are you going to do in this case. And so they brought in 4 people, and they said that they have committed murder. So what are you supposed to do? And what is the judgment that you will pass as a king? And so Duryodhana then asked, a little bit of the background, and it came out that, one of them was a Brahman, one was a Kshatriya, one was a Vaishya, and one was a Shudra. And so he said, well, what have they done? Killed. Okay. So the punishment of killing is that you will be killed, right? And then you can have Shastra support you where it says that if you die, if you kill somebody, then in any case, the law of karma is going to come after you, right? And so that other person will kill you unless you get punished in some other way. And that some other way is capital punishment. That, it's better. It is better if you have killed somebody to be hung, because anyway you can't avoid it. These are man-made rules. You can avoid all those man-made rules, but the laws of material nature are stringent, and they apply across multiple lifetimes, not like that. So he said that all of them should be hung. And then it came to Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira just said, he gave a very different sentence. He said that, for Shudra, so many years in prison, and as the higher he went in the hierarchy, Shudra, Vaishya, Kshatriya, and the sentence kept on increasing, because you are at a higher structure in society, you have more responsibility there. And then when he came to the Brahmana, he said the Brahmana is the most knowledgeable. And if he has committed a murder, it is like the worst possible thing that you can do. And we would think that he would say, all right, so the Brahmana sentence is the maximum. But then he comes and says that you don't kill a Brahmana. So I have to turn to my superiors, to my Rajgurus to tell me. I will be turning to my Rajgurus to tell me and advise me that what should I do in this particular case. Like that, because if you kill a Brahmana, then you get the karma of Brahma Hatya, so Brahman Hatya, killing that. And also, I was just talking to my spiritual master the other day, and the topic of suicide came up, and he was saying that, not that I was talking about me committing suicide, but he was just saying that, if a person is second initiated, he's a Brahmana. And if a second initiated person is thinking that I'm going to take away my life because I'm sick of this material world, or whatever situations a person is in, then you are committing Brahman Hatya. I had never looked at it from that perspective.
That perspective.
Yeah. That if you think of committing suicide, that's what it is. Yeah. So the higher you go in the society, the higher you go up the hierarchy, your responsibilities are more. And it's very interesting that my doctor, she's a lawyer by education, and she was saying that that when she was studying this law and punishment and things like that, one of the things that the law was teaching them was that the punishment should be such that it should pinch you. And she was talking in the context of, like, how the kids also go and work while they are studying. So that's what she was doing. And she was working for a lawyer. And that lawyer was super, super busy. And she was like how students are there. She was not a lawyer. She was studying other things in her school. And she would just be like, assistant to receptionist kind of thing, that kind of a job she had at that time. And so her job was to take care of the needs of the boss. And one of the needs of the boss was that she was to make payments for all these parking tickets that he got for parking in San Francisco and all the wrong places. Because he was such a busy person that he just, would drive into, he has to go and meet a client, can't find a parking, he will park in the wrong spot. And then doesn't care if he gets a parking ticket because he's filthy rich. So the punishment should be such that it should really pinch you, because the idea of punishment is that, it should pinch you a little bit so that you won't repeat it again. So yeah, so when you look at these things in that level, from that perspective, yes, they are gurus, and if they are doing the wrong thing, and Prabhupada says that, if they are doing the wrong thing, then we have to give up, right? And
So Mataji,
yeah.
I have a question. We know that Bhishma Pitama, he was like by heart he wasn't really willing to do, and probably not even for getting paid or like for money, because it was more because of his vow. So how do we understand, was this vow happened because of his previous karmas, or like why he was stuck in that situation? Because when I see him more as stuck in the situation than his choice. And how do we understand that?
Yeah. So that's what I was saying, that Bhagavad Gita will also reveal itself to you. And to have the Bhagavad Gita revealed ourselves to us, we need acharyas and commentaries. And so acharyas also will not reveal everything to you. It depends on the audience that they are addressing, right? So when Prabhupada has written this translation, he has written it at certain, for a certain specific set of audience, right? He wrote Srimad Bhagavatam, the translation here for the people in this country, right? He was not thinking of others. But of course, we know that Prabhupada has read many, many commentaries, and in other meetings, he would go a little bit more deeper into these. So what I would like all of you to understand and take away from the class today is that sometimes you see certain things which are only on the surface. And there is no one who's more on the surface, superficial than Arjuna, because he's only seeing at the level of the body, he's not seeing the soul. But then between the body and the soul, there are other things as well, there are intentions and things like that, right? So here, Prabhupada is explaining to people, he's focused more on the guru aspect of it, because he was a guru. He would come here to America, he was making disciples in a country where people did not know much about guru-disciple relationship, like that. But they were being almost like, a lot of people were being taken for a ride by the pseudo gurus, right? So here he's saying that, okay, you don't kill a guru, right? But you can always abandon the guru, right? If a guru is like that, if you see that a guru is behaving like this, that just for the money, because there are so many gurus in this world, even now, that who will sop you of all the money that you have. They will tell you sweet words and you will give them your whole bank balance, and that's it. They are gone there. They are putting on creams on their faces that will make them look very young, and that's it, like that, right? So gurus can do that. So the intent and at that time is to caution people against this. So this is what they are doing bad. This is what Dronacharya is doing bad, right? And then from Arjuna's perspective, Arjuna is saying, Guru nihatva hi mahanubhavan. So he's saying that they are gurus and they are mahanubhavans, and they are my gurus. And then Arjuna, when he's putting his story, and remember, Arjuna doesn't want to fight the war. And so when we don't want to do something, we are willing to come up with arguments over arguments over arguments over arguments. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. So he's coming and he's saying that, Shreyo bhoktam bhakshyam api haloke. Shreyo bhogan bhakshyam api loke. He's saying that it is bhogan. What is the meaning of bhogan in Sanskrit? What does bhogan mean?
Enjoy.
To enjoy.
Enjoyment, right? So he's saying that it is better that for us to enjoy by begging. Can you please tell me, how can you enjoy begging? The process of begging, how can you enjoy that process? You go to book distribution, how difficult it is to ask them to give you money.
I know.
How difficult it is to beg for money. And here Arjuna is saying that Shreya bhoktam bhaksham api haloke. It will be better for us to beg, to enjoy by begging. There is no enjoyment in begging. So it's a self-contradictory statement, right? Because he's so focused on, making his point, and sometimes we make the wrong point. So Arjuna is saying, and then Guru nihatva hi mahanubhavan. And he's saying that these are Mahan people, right? And these are Mahan people. And then, of course, that statement that he's making is completely demolished there itself, right? is demolished by Prabhupada, and he's saying, well, you know what, they took financial assistance. So yeah, we can understand, don't kill them, but you know, they have to be abandoned, just as Bali Maharaj abandoned, right, Shukracharya in favor of Lord Vamana Deva. Right? So you abandon, you should abandon. ISKCON laws tell you that you should abandon a guru who is wrong, like that, right? And but Arjuna is thinking that, you know, they are my superiors, and then you look at, you know, behavior of the Vaishnavas, and always api chet suduracharo. For us, what we take away from this is api chet suduracharo bhajte mam ananya bhak sadhur eva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha Shipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigachyati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhaktya pranashyati. So it is saying that Shipram bhavati dharmatma api chet suduracharo. If people are doing extremely wrong activities, they will become good because they are in touch with devotional service. And that's why when I did the poll in the morning, and then 3 of you said that you are transcendental, I was very happy, because we are all going to be in touch with the 3 transcendental that we have in the team today, and we all will get benefited of that. So our mood should always be that before we jump to conclusion and start pointing fingers. And my eyes were opened, really, chakshurun militam yena, when I went to Srimad Bhagavatam and read further about this, and read further about the characters of Mahabharata. And when we read the book Mahabharata, and to some of us, even the Bhagavad Gita is a manual of life, and people tell you Bhagavad Gita is about telling you what your duty is. Yes, but our understanding of what your duty is the wrong understanding. Our understanding of duty is that if I'm here, I find myself in this situation, I have a wife or I have a husband, I have got kids, and if I earn money doing the right things in the right way, and I take care of all of them till I die, or till they let me die, I am a perfect citizen of this Mother Earth. But that is not what it is. Our duty is very different. What is the duty of the soul? And that's the question that Parikshit Maharaj is asking when he's on the death sentence after 7 days. He's going to die. He asked that question, what is the duty of a man about to die? So we have to understand what is going on. So then you realize that even the Mahabharata, which is full of gory things, tainted with blood, you know, Arjuna is just talking about that Guruni Hatva hi Mahanubhavam, right? How will I do that? Because in the beginning, what he had said was, you remember, he had said, Dhatarashtasya durbuddhe. That was a term he had used. Dhatarashtasya durbuddhe. These you know, evil-minded people who are the sons of Dhritarashtra. So his mood at that time was that, right? That I know the Sashan is bad, Duryodhana is bad, Shakuni is bad, this one is bad, that one is bad. I mean, Shakuni was not the son, but anyway, so they're all bad, right? And so show me and take me there. And what does Krishna do? Krishna doesn't go and put the chariot in front of where Duryodhana was standing. He goes and puts a chariot particularly, purposefully, where Bhishma Drona Pramukataha. And we have to be very, very cognizant of these words that come in these scriptures. Every word is chosen very meticulously and is supposed to convey a particular meaning to you, right? And as you unveil and as you keep on peeling the layers and layers and layers of Bhagavad Gita, it's going to, you know, reveal more and more and more to you as we go along there. So Krishna does that on purpose, and there he goes, and Arjuna now sees Swajanam, he starts the Swajanam story there. And of all the Swajanam, these two are very dear to him, his teacher and his dear grandfather. And so now he starts to chicken out, right? And what is he seeing? What Arjuna, we know, has done a lot of seeing, is not seeing things. And I tell you what, even here, he's not seeing properly. And so he's saying that these are gurus, they are Mahanubhavans. And he uses the word Mahanubhavan. And then you might say, Prabhupada has immediately demolished that concept of Mahanubhava for our own benefit, because he doesn't want us to think that any type of guru, whether he's a good guru or a bad guru, is a Mahanubhav. Mahanubhav is a term that we should restrict and put to good only. So if you are looking at Bhishma and Drona, and you know, so they have done these kind of things, right? But we know that, you know, Bhishma is you know, there's a whole lot of difference, and that gets revealed to us in the Bhagavad Gita, right? But right now, what is happening, and this is a play, this is a story, and it has to unveil itself to you, and you also have to relish it, and your eyes also have got to open. So from this sentence, the way our chakshun unmilitam should happen is that we look at that there are pseudo gurus out there, and that is how we should behave with them, right? We should just abandon them like that, right? So, but here again, in this particular verse and in the previous verse also, he has been using words like Arisudana, Madhusudana, right? So he's saying that, like that, right? So he is trying to remind him. He's trying to remind, and using gurun, he's trying to remind him things like, okay, you are a killer of the enemies, and these are gurus. Krishna, can you please remember what you did to your own guru? So who is Krishna's guru?
Sandipani.
Sandipani Munu, right? And what did you do to your guru? So when the time came for you to give the guru dakshana, your guru asked for the impossible. And the impossible was that his son was dead, and he wanted the student to bring the dead son back. And Krishna did it. Krishna did that. And here, you are telling me to kill my guru? You do this thing to your guru, and for my gurus, you are telling me, and these are all Mahanubhavans, right? So yes, people will do that, right? And so Arjun is kind of like, taking out the trump card. Okay, you might say, you told me Klabyam Masma Gama Parta, because I was saying Swajanam, Matulan, Swashuran, Potran, Putrin Satha, right? Like that. So I talked about my family members, but I got you, Krishna. You tell me, what do I do with my guru? What do I do with my grandfather? Because we know that he was very close, and Bhishma Dev was very, very sad when these four people, these five Pandavas and Kunti and all, were banished and sent to the forest. He was very, very unhappy, right? And then he was crying at that time. Bhishma Dev was crying. So, but मेरे हस्त सिंहासन से बंधे हुए हैं, हस्तिनापुर के सिंहासन से बंधे हुए हैं. So there appears to be a complete contradiction. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, we know that Bhishma Dev is actually a devotee of Lord Krishna. So how can a devotee of Lord Krishna behave in such a manner, right? So we can look at this from so many different perspectives. We look and we see that Krishna is advising that, because he has gone to the other side, right? One of you pointed out that he has gone to the other side. He has forgotten his duty. He should have joined you who are on the right path, right? He is no longer in the position of the guru. You must kill him, right? It might appear that is what Krishna is going to tell him to do. And Klabyam Masma Gamartada, all the Anarya Jushtam, right? You Anarya. Arya is one who thinks about the spiritual aspect. You're not thinking about the spiritual aspect at all, right? And Bhishma, can think. Now, superficially, again, when you're saying that Bhishma thought that I'm being maintained by the money that Duryodhan is maintaining me, right? Prabhupada also says that. And now Duryodhan is in danger. Now, if I go to the other side, what about my gratitude for them, right? He has maintained me for such a long time. And if I am in danger, and when there is a fighting, then what's going to happen? It is not proper. So he could be thinking like that as well, right? So he may have, but the thing we have to notice is that he usurped the property. Duryodhan, Mr. Duryodhan, usurped the properties which belong to the Pandavas. So what about the justice over there, right? So now, Prabhupada in one of his lectures also says that this is actually Bhishma Dev's greatness. And Bhishma Dev is saying that Arjuna will never be killed. And why is he saying that Arjuna will never be killed? Why does he know Arjuna will never be killed? Is because Krishna is on that side. The last verse of Bhagavad Gita says, Yatra Yogeshwar Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdara, Tatra Sri Vijaya Bhutir, Dhuva Nitir Matir Mamaha. So it's saying that wherever there is Krishna, there will be victory. So he knows that. Now, right? And then, so it is okay for me to be grateful, up here as being grateful, right? Now, here is the thing that Krishna has to impel Arjuna to fight, because Arjuna is not seeing things properly. And so he's saying, you're gurus, what about this? You are a Kshatriya. What is your duty? Right? Because if Arjuna might just think like, if somebody comes and starts to kill your father in front of you, will you just stand there and watch? No, you will take some action like that, right? But sometimes, and again, it is a smaller cause and a greater cause. And here is where the way you perceive things comes into picture. Because when you read the story of Prahlad Maharaj, right, his father was Hiranyakashipu. And so the father and son had this argument where son was saying Krishna is everywhere. And father said, all right, if he's everywhere, show me, is he in this pillar? And then Krishna comes out of the pillar and does what? He kills Hiranyakashipu. So at that time, Prahlad Maharaj does not protest that he's my father. He's such a small boy. 5-year-old kids are attached to their fathers, no matter how hard the fathers are. But they are so attached. But he did not protest at that time. And why he did not? He could have said that he's a devotee of the Lord. The Lord comes to him in that shape and form. He could have begged the Lord that please forgive my father. He made some mistake. He does not do that. Because why? Because Prahlad Maharaj is at a higher level of thinking. He knows that for Krishna cannot and will not kill my father, because the soul is indestructible. What is only going to happen is the body of the father. But later on, he begs for his father. When Krishna comes and says, okay, Prahlad, you tell me what you want, I will give it to you. And he said, no. I don't want this. Maya is very complicated. I don't want any of your things. All that I want is that, take care of my father. So this is the right thinking, that even if my father's body is gone, I will go and ask for the benefit of the soul of my father, right? So in this case, it's appearing to us that this is unqualified. It is appearing to us, Priyanka Mataji, that how come Bhishma Dev, who's at such a high level, is attached to something as measly as just the kingdom. And what is he going to do with that kingdom? He doesn't have any kids that he can think that I'm going to reign this kingdom and I give them to my kids. It's not even that connection that he's there. And that is where, the deeper meaning of this goes in, right? So going back again into a little bit into the Mahabharata part of it, and into the part where Arjuna is saying Mahanubhava. Guru Nihatvahi Mahanubhava. So what is that Mahanubhava? Why is he calling them as Mahanubhava? Right? They are the ones who just stood there when Draupadi was being, disrobed, right? And nobody went and talked loudly to Dhritarashtra and scolded him, like, what are you doing? Like, your son Duryodhan, the chief one, Dushashan, the chief one, together with their friend Karna, and then together with, who was that other one, Shakuni Mama, they're all sitting there, they're scheming and they're planning, they're bad people, and then they come to you, Dhritarashtra, and you agree with them and you bless all their plans, and they are trying to kill the Pandavas by bad means, and you never scolded them. Aren't you the grandfather? Aren't you the Kuru Vriddha? Aren't you supposed to say something about them? You all closed your eyes. You all did that, right? So when Krishna went, you see, in the Mahabharata, when Krishna went as the Shanti Dut, right, to have peaceful negotiations, Duryodhana actually said, he tried to capture Krishna. He says that, ye kaun hai, ye wala hai, kya hai, like that, capture him. And then Krishna shows the Vishwarupa. And the Vishwarup of Krishna, the universal form of Krishna, was seen only by 3 people, Bhishma, Drona, and Vidur. And they are listed in the list of, they are Mahan, that's why they are Mahanubhavas. And others, the Duryodhanas, etc., they close their eyes. And that is what happened. That, devotees behave in a different way, and non-devotees behave in a different way. But now look at why Arjuna is saying them Mahanubhava. Going back again to the choice of words in the Bhagavad Gita, and that is Bhishma Dromana Pramuktaha Sarve Sam Samhikshitam Uvacha Partha Paschyantan Samvetan Kurunithi. So Krishna took the chariot in front of these people, right? Bhishma Droma Pramuktan. Why? They were in the front of the army. Bhishma and Drona were in the front. Others were kind of behind because they were all afraid of Bhima, right? So here's the goodness that is coming out, right? So ordinarily, we might just think that Bhishma Pitama went on the side of the bad people, but actually Krishna had asked them to participate in the war on the other side. Krishna has told Dronacharya and Bhishma Dev to go on the other side. And why? Because remember, Krishna has come here for a goal. Paritranaye sadhunam vinashaye cha dushkritam. And when does he cut? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sajamyaham. So whenever there is a decline in their religiosity, that is when I go and come. So this is Krishna's plan. And actually Dronacharya and Bhishma Dev are actually on Krishna's side, and they have agreed to go on to the other side and bear the brunt of all these wrong words that we say. Kya tu kutte ki tarah roti khata hai uska, right? Duryodhan paise tumhe deta hai. Duryodhan gives you money. He throws some food in front of you, and you are lapping it all up. Bhishma Pitama, you are supposed to rise a little higher. What are you doing? What did you do in your previous birth that you are so attached to the Sinhasan of Hastinapur? He is not attached to the Sinhasan at all. He was the one who allowed his father to go get married to another lady, giving up his right to the kingdom. And then later on, when I'm forgetting the name of the wife, Shantanu's wife, but later on when
Satyavati.
Satyavati, thank you. How could I forget? My mom's name is Satyavati. And then her father says that, all right, fine, but what if he has children and things like that? So then he says, I'll remain a brahmachari throughout my life. So this plot of Krishna is actually unveiling way back at the time of Satyavati itself. He's acting according to the wishes of Krishna, because he is a devotee of Krishna, but in the mood of the rasa, which is the valor rasa, the fighting mood, which is there. So he's in that mood with Krishna. So he will fight with Krishna. And later on, it's like, all these, when all these arrows which Krishna has asked Arjuna to put on Bhishma Pitama, when all those arrows are there, he likes those arrows. And he'll read in Srimad Bhagavatam that they are meant like, when two people are in love, they're having a conjugal relationship, sometimes they bite each other and they enjoy the bite. Similarly, when you're in the mood of valor with Krishna, even if somebody puts an arrow in your body, you will feel the same kind of ecstasy as if you were in a conjugal relationship. And that is why when we talk about all these rasas, no rasa is higher and lower, in the sense that if I'm in a particular rasa, I'm always aiming for some other rasa because I'm in a lower rasa. It's not like that, right? Although the conjugal rasa in itself is higher, but the beauty is that a person in a particular relationship will feel satisfied in that. And what that means is that if I'm in a friendly relationship with somebody, it could be a man, it could be a person of the opposite sex for me, I don't want to marry him. I am in a friendly relationship, right? Or if I am somebody behaving like somebody's mother, I don't want to marry that guy because I'm happy and satisfied in my relationship. So similarly, Bhishma Pitama is satisfied in that relationship, even if he has to fight a war. And now comes the beauty of their character of Bhishma Pitama and of Dronacharya, because both of them were willing to take the brunt and willing to be called bad names throughout the history and in the future also, till the person who's reading the Bhagavad Gita and reading the Bhagavatam understands what was the essence. And they were the ones, when Yudhishthir, when the war starting, Yudhishthir from the opposite side is coming to both of them, to Dronacharya, his teacher, and to Bhishma Pitama as his grandfather, and he's saying, please bless me. And he has come there to bless. And then what does he give the blessing? He says that, you be victorious.
Victorious.
Who does that? Victorious means that I'm going to die. If I give you that blessing, victorious means I'm going to die. Right?
True.
And these things happen. This is the Mahanubhava, right? We had, I remember when we used to do book distribution, we used to go to Los Angeles, and all the time Los Angeles used to be first in book distribution. And we at ISV here in Silicon Valley used to be in second number, and we really were trying hard to get to the first number. And you can't believe it, one day we went to Los Angeles, which was always tops, and we met Subhas Prabhu, who is the temple president there. And I was with Mukharvinda, and Mukharvinda goes to him and he says, Prabhu, please bless us that we beat you one day. I was horrified that, what is he doing? And asking for this. And then Subhas Prabhu says, yes, you have all my blessings. And you will not believe, 2 days later, ISV came first. So Mahanubhavas, they will give blessings like that. And Dronacharya, remember Duryodhan right in the beginning says, that Paschyatam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamum Vyuran Dupadaputrena Tavashishyena Dhimata. Look at that phalanx of that army which your intelligent disciple Drishtadyumna has arranged. Because we all know that Drishtadyumna was created as for the purpose of killing Dronacharya. Yet Dronacharya teaches him the military science like that. And he tells him, he gives the secret. Also, now Dronacharya is much better in archery than Arjuna because, like I said, he's his teacher, right? Bhishma Pitamaya is also better. Although Bhishma Pitamaya is old, he is better at archery than Arjuna is. But yet, when the time comes, it is Bhishma Pitamaya who will tell Arjuna and the Pandavas, how can he be killed? How you can utilize Shikhandi and things like that. So this is just a drama that is unfolding in front of us to let us know that how faulty our own thinking can be. And like I said yesterday, if you point a finger at your neighbor, there are 3 more that are pointing back at you. That should be our takeaway from this. So if Bhishma Pitamaya is appearing to be tied to the Sinhasan, certainly in this case, it is not karma. And yesterday in the Bhagavad Gita class in the evening, we talked about that when people there seem to be some impediments in our devotional service, you seem to be going on to the wrong side. Sometimes it is the desire of Krishna. Usually it is Vaishnava aparad, which means that, you should never commit bad things against a Vaishnava. And then the question will be, who is a Vaishnava? Remember, a Vaishnava is like a mango. And it can be a raw mango, it could be a ripe mango, right? But it is still a mango. So if a devotee is at a lower stage, we should still consider to be mangoes. And if you think that we are going to do aparad towards your devotee, and we are entitled to do because we are better than them, that is not right. Okay? Remember, a mango is a mango, whether green or whether they are yellow, like that. And I have gone over the stipulated time by 7 minutes, so I will keep quiet now.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Wonderful, Mataji, explanation.
Thank you.
Mataji, can I ask a small question, Mataji? I could not understand this. The last sentence, killing them would mean to enjoy spoils tainted with blood. I could not understand the sentence.
The sentence you could not understand, yeah. So there's a term which is known as spoils, right? Now we always, usually in our English, we understand milk got spoiled, right?
Yes.
This got spoiled, behavior got spoiled, he's a spoiled child, right? We use the word spoil like that. There's another meaning to the word spoil, and that is not spoil, it is spoils. It's plural, always used in the plural. And that is that whenever you win a war, right? When you win a war and the other person is defeated, everything that belonged to the other person now becomes yours, right? Which is their land, the jewelry, the gold, the women, they all become yours to enjoy. So he's saying that when we if we kill them, and so of course if they kill the Kauravas, they will get everything, the whole planet Earth, they will get to rule. So which will be the spoils of the war. What you earn or what you win in a war when you defeat the other enemy is called as the spoils of the war. And so he's saying that they will be tainted by the blood. So there is a tainting that happens. And so let's not think, and I'm just being cognizant of the time, but I'll just say that everything that we do is tainted, because Krishna in the end, in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and I'll elaborate that more at some other time, but keep this in mind that everything we do is tainted. Like Krishna says, that wherever there is fire, there is always some smoke. Always some smoke is there. Always. It doesn't matter whether you are a Brahman or Kshatriya, whatever you are, wherever station. And of course, this is Kali Yuga, so smoke will be more here. But there is always some tainting that is going to happen there.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you very much. And thank you so much for those of you who have joined us here on the Facebook. I have not been looking at the Facebook at all, so I'll just do a quick recap to see. If anybody gave any comments, yeah, from way back, kindly let my mind take pleasure in you alone. Yes. So that's a prayer that we do. Vigyapti Panchaka, let me take pleasure in you alone, and look at the pleasure that that Bhishma Pitama is taking. So now it is revealed that Bhishma Pitama, although he appears to be standing on the side of the Kauravas, he's actually on the side of Pandavas. So it's the intentions that really matter a lot to you. Yes, let my mind take.
He's actually enjoying seeing his disciple, you see,
Excel.
fighting well. You see,
Yeah.
he will excel.
Exactly.
Like parents always feel happy when their children.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Very good. And then, Varshana Mataji. And then we have Sharnagata Mataji. Thank you so much for joining. It's always a pleasure when I see you here on the calls. And then the Preeti Radhika Mataji likes the stories and the and the analogies, and she says our jada buddhi or dull intelligence get it easy by stories. And yeah, that's why Bhagavatam was created full of stories so that we all could understand. Nikunja, Sakhi Mataji, thank you here. Nizam Prabhu likes the analogy of mango for explaining who the Vaishnava is. Yeah, and that analogy comes from Srila Prabhupada. I have to tell you that anything and everything that I speak on these classes, nothing is my own. It comes from Srila Prabhupada and all the other disciples, and then their disciples, and all the fine Vaishnavas that I have such a good fortune to listen to. Everything that I say comes from there. Yeah, and then what is the point about enjoying by begging? Yeah, the seemingly contradicted thing that it's better to enjoy by begging. How can you do that? So these sentences are known as oxymorons, when the sentence itself has got contradiction in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
So
you so
with this, I will take your leave. And today is Wednesday, so we have got more Krishna Katha coming our way. Vaisheshika Prabhu is going to teach us at 7 o'clock today, and it'll be on ISKCON Silicon Valley's channel. And information for that is available where? That's a question for all of you.
nityasankirtan.com.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Yash Prabhu, for doing that. Okay. Vanchikalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyascha padidana pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namaha gopremanande hari hari bol. Have a fantastic time. Thank you for joining. See you again. Enjoy.